Today on HLM26, I'm going to be simulating the career of number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NHL Draft, Matthew Schaefer, coming out of Hamilton, Ontario. He is not signed yet, surprisingly, but yes, I did make him a 79, just because I just felt like he wasn't a 76, is what I think it was. Thinks that what his stats was, I don't know. But anyway, there's a look at his OHL stats. That is not how you say stats. There's a look at his stats as well as also the 177th ranked defenseman. Well, with that, let's get into year number 1, as he does end up signing his rookie deal with the New York Islanders on a 3-year deal worth $1 million. I didn't even know you could do that in this game, but 20 games played, Matthew Schaefer would end up picking up 1 goal and 4 assists for 5 points on the season. I mean, not the best. I mean, he is a defenseman, I guess, but 41-32-9 record for the New York Islanders, 4th seed in the Metropolitan Division. That's not the Metropolitan. Wait, yes, it is. What am I talking about? But anyway, first round against the New York Islanders, we're actually going to win in 6 games. I wasn't expecting that, but we got the Hurricanes in the second round. We're going to lose in a sweep. They're most likely going to lose in the conference finals. But let's take a look at his playoff stats. No playoff stats, actually. He did not play. I don't know why he's not in the AHL or whatnot, but the Vegas Golden Knights ended up taking home the Stanley Cup over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Actually, it was the Lightning taking home the cup over Vegas, but whatever. 88 overall this year for Matthew Schaefer. I upgraded all of the potentials. They're just, I think, like 1 or 2 overall higher than they used to be, just so we can have a bit more interesting career simulations, not just have a boring little 80 overall career sim, because on my old HLM career simulations channels, I didn't just want a guy to just be an 80 in the sim, just be boring. But anyway, Matthew Schaefer this year, 82 games played, 59 points, only 7 goals. I mean, this is 2A defenseman. I don't know why he hasn't been scoring more goals, but 51-20-11 record for the New York Islanders, 1st seed in the Metropolitan Division. And we have the Buffalo Sabres in the first round of the playoffs here. Can we? I think we can win this one, obviously. I spoke too soon. We are going to lose to the Buffalo Sabres in 5 games. Hopefully Matthew Schaefer actually played a few games this year, or played the whole playoffs, but he did. He scored far points, oh my gosh, and 1 goal with 3 assists as well. And the Florida Panthers would end up taking home the cup over the Minnesota Wild. I wish they showed how much games, but oh well, you can't have a perfect game. Actually, you can, but whatever. 92 overall this year. He's the 4th ranked defenseman out of right defenseman and left defenseman, by the way. This isn't like the NHL where, actually, no, they don't have that now that I think of it. I don't know what I'm talking about, but 81 points in 82 games for Matthew Schaefer. 68 assists on 13 goals. That is really good. He's also up to a 92 overall, which I think it's a 93 for the thing, but 49-28-5 record. Devils in the first round of the playoffs, as we're going to lose in 7 games to the the New Jersey Devils. I don't know why I said New Jersey Wild. Now I'm getting my teams mixed up, but 7 games and 7 points this year for Matthew Schaefer. And now I'm getting my words mixed up too, as the Chicago Blackhawks ended up taking home the cup over the Buffalo Sabres this year. As for Matthew Schaefer, he's now up to a 92 overall, signed an 8-year deal with the New York Islanders on a $12.875 million contract, as Matthew Schaefer is now the 5th ranked defenseman. I thought he would be the first, but no, I guess not. They have Alexander Nitkin, 69th pick in the 2020 NHL draft. If you can guess that, you get like a cookie or something. I don't know. But anyway, Matthew Schaefer, 82 games played, only 68 points this year, which I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, yeah, you could do better. But anyway, 50-27-5 record for the New York Islanders, playing the Rangers in the first round. We've been playing them a lot. Or no, last year was the Devils, not the Rangers. I don't know why I said a lot, but we haven't. But we're going to lose to them. Oh no, we're going to beat them. I thought we lost to them for a second. The last thing I saw was that 3-2 loss, but we have the Detroit Red Wings in the second round of the NHL playoffs, as we're going to lose, and I think that's 6 games, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but anyway, as for Matthew Schaefer's playoff stats, if this game will load, yeah, as for Matthew Schaefer's playoff stats, which also he won a World Cup, so that's cool, but 3 points in that, I guess, but 13 games played, 14 points for Matthew Schaefer, only 1 goal. Before I was really cut off by cap cut, he only scored 1 goal is what I meant to say, but the Chicago Blackhawks ended up winning the Stanley Cup over the Detroit Red Wings, as Matthew Schaefer's now a 96. You can't even get to a 96 unless you have franchise on my thing, but I don't know, this game's, I mean, it's never been the best wise in that category with overall progression and whatnot, but he's now the number 1 ranked defenseman. Also, he got his number 14 back. He's no longer wearing number 41. I don't know how he's a 96. I always, like, dumbfounds me. That is not the right word. But anyway, 75 games played, 61 points for Matthew Schaefer this year. As the Islanders ended up going 43, 29, and 10, you got the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round of the playoffs in 7 games. Okay, you know what? I'm still working out all the mechanics for this recording system. I usually do the photo system if you watched HLM career simulations, okay? But we're going to beat the Flyers and the Detroit Red Wings. We are now in the Eastern Conference Finals, not the Western Conference Finals. We're going to beat the Montreal Canadiens in 7 games. We now have the Stanley Cup against the Chicago Blackhawks. They're looking to go to a three-peat. This is like the Tampa Bay Lightning, but no, it's going to be just like the Tampa Bay Lightning as we take the Blackhawks down in 5 games. Did Matthew Schaefer win any awards too? He won the Frank J. Selke, first-time winner of the Frank J. Selke. I mean, I was going to say he also won Rookie of the Year, but, you know, he kind of didn't. Also, I meant the Calder, not Rookie of the Year, but still a 96 overall here in year number 5. Pretty sure it's year number 5, still a 96, but 82 games played, 96 points, much better season from Matthew. I mean, I don't know if he's... Oh, yeah, also forgot to show 13 points in 22 games in the playoffs last year, so probably makes sense that he didn't make the consequence, but 48, 25, and 9 record, and we're going to lose to the Islanders in the first... The Islanders. We're going to win against the Devils in the first round, win against the Blue Jackets in the second round, and I think that's 5 games. But anyway, we got the Montreal Canadiens in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second year in the row, as we're going to win. Now we have the San Jose Sharks in the Stanley Cup playoffs, as in that playoffs... What? That's not English. We're going to lose in 4 games. I mean, that's a little odd for the defending Stanley Cup champions, but whatever. The San Jose Sharks are the Stanley Cup champions. Matthew Schaefer, 2-time Frank J. Selke. He wins 2 Frank J. Selkes in a row. That is absolutely insane there, but 23 games played, 18 points on the playoffs for Matthew, but 96 overall now at... yeah, I'm pretty sure this is your number 6, but with that, let's get into your number 6 play. Actually, before, I have to check... Landon DuPont is actually now the number 1 overall defenseman, which, I mean, obviously has that franchise potential. He's probably already a 99, which he's a 97 in this game, but hey, whatever. Anyway, now let's get into year number 6 of Matthew Schaefer's career simulation. At 65 points in 82 games would be Matthew Schaefer's stat line. I'm surprised he hasn't scored as many goals. I mean, yeah, he's a defenseman, but he's a two-way. So I was saying he's a two-way defenseman, but 44, 31, and 7 record, 12th in the league for the New York Islanders Devils in the first round, as we are going to lose in 7 games, 2-1 in the final there. But anyway, Matthew Schaefer on the playoffs here. He would end up playing 7 games, would score 5 points on the playoffs, and would end up winning his 3rd Frank J. Selke in a row. And this year in the Stanley Cup playoffs is going to be the Montreal Canadiens taking down the Chicago Blackhawks. I said that like a Western mom, but whatever. 96 overall for Matthew Schaefer this year. I'm probably not going to show his overall for a while now, which, I mean, he's at a 96, so probably at his prime now, but 80 points, 68 points, 80 games, 68 points, but 49, 26, and 7 record for the New York Islanders. 4th in the league, we have the Blue Jackets in the first round, which we're going to get swept by them. That's actually kind of surprising, but anyway, in the playoffs for Matthew Schaefer, 4 games played and 2 points. No goals as well, though. That's surprising. I was going to cut it at that, but oh well. Frank J. Selke would go to Matthew Schaefer for the 4th time in a row. Can he get a 5-peat next season? I hope he can. But anyway, in the playoffs here, it's going to be the Chicago Blackhawks taking down the Montreal Canadiens, getting revenge on them. But anyway, as for Matthew Schaefer, he is now still a 96 overall. And now he would score 82 points. Nope, 82 games played. 47 points for Matthew Schaefer. 500 career points now as well, so that's cool. Almost at 100 career goals too, which 43, 35, and 4 record for the New York Islanders. 13th of the league. Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round. We're going to beat them, and I think that's 6 games. I wish you could see how much games were played, but I guess not. That's like... There's only a few things that EA Sports NHL does better than HLM, but we're going to beat the Washington Capitals in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Sorry, not the first round. But anyway, we're going to lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Montreal Canadiens in 4 games, as we're going to go and win the Stanley Cup over the Chicago Blackhawks in 4 games. Not we're going to, but the Canadiens did. But now in his prime, I guess the overall thing made him go down, but he is now down to a 94 overall at the age of 24. Yeah, obviously, you can't be a 94, or you can only be a 94 if you have franchise. Actually, no, the minimum's a 93. How is he a 93? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. 74 games played for Matthew Schaefer, now at 100 career goals, so that's really good. 34, 42, and 6 record for the New York Islanders. 25th in the league, so we're not going to make the playoffs, surprisingly. I just want to see if Frank J. Selke wins a Matthew Schaefer. That is not how you say English. That's also not even how you speak English, but Philadelphia Flyers are going to end up taking it over the San Jose Sharks. Okay, I just have to wait for my old self to go ahead and go through the things. But 82 games played and 52 points for the New York Islanders, 30-42-10 record, 28th in the league. We're not going to make the playoffs. Which anyway here, Matthew Schaefer is going to end up leaving the New York Islanders in his contract here. As, I mean, I guess, yeah, the team has been going downhill. I also saw, oh, I know that was a different simulation. I'm thinking of the wrong one, but we're going to sign with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay, I mean, I don't know if they're good or not. I mean, it's 2037, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you could have saw it right there. I think it's 2036, actually, but anyway, yeah. Matthew Schaefer is going to sign with the Tampa Bay Lightning. He signed for a 7-year deal with $20.547 million. That is not how you English again. 7-year deal with $20.547 million, which I just realized that's Star. That's the watch list. I don't know how I'm just now figuring that out. I've been playing since like 2021. How did I just figure that out? Or I guess 2022, because HLM26, well, it came out in 21, but whatever. 87 points in 82 games. It looks like the Lightning were actually really good too, as you're not going to believe this 50-28-4 record, 7th in the league. I remember it being a lot more. That's why I said you're not going to believe this, but yeah, whatever. We're going to lose to the Boston Bruins in 5 games this season, as they're going to lose in the Stanley Cup to the Chicago Blackhawks, which, by the way, Philadelphia Flyers went back-to-back last year. Did not show it, but yeah, I did not mean to do that. Why did that happen? But 94 overall here at the age of 28, still 6 years left, and I forgot to show his playoff stats, 5 games played and 4 points. As he would be point per game again, scoring 82 points in 82 games, 67 assists. That's really good, but anyway, 47-29-6 record. Looks like the Lightning are going downhill now, too. They're 9th in the league. We're going to have the Columbus Blue Jackets in the first round of the playoffs, as we're going to lose in 5 games. Once again, didn't we lose in 5 games to the Blue Jackets last season? No, we did not, but we lost in 5 games to someone, I'm pretty sure. Was it the Penguins? I think it was the Penguins. Probably wasn't, but 5 games played. Matthew Schaefer would only score 2 points, only getting 2 assists, but the Columbus Blue Jackets, who we lost to, would win the Stanley Cup over the Chicago Blackhawks this year. As for Matthew Schaefer, though, also, wait, okay, no, never mind. As for Matthew Schaefer here, he is still a 94 overall. I thought I saw something. I thought I forgot to miss a, what am I thinking of? 59 points in 82 games for Matthew Schaefer here. What year is this? Year number, would not be 6. That's what I know. I think it's year like 10 at this point, right? Yeah, 10, or no, it's year like 12. No, it is not. Oh, wait. And we're going to have the Detroit Red Wings in the first round of the playoffs, 47-28-7 record. As we're going to beat them in the first round, we now have the Ottawa Senators, who are going to eliminate us in 5 games. And as for Matthew Schaefer, in 5 games, he is going to score, that's the season stats. He's going to score 6 points on the season. As for the Stanley Cup, it's going to be the Ottawa Senators taking down the Calgary Flames. And as for Matthew, he's still a 94 overall at the age of 31. The regression age is set at 32 for all positions, by the way, if you wanted to know. But yeah, anyway, let's get to year number, I don't even know what year it is at this point. I'm going to say it's like year 13, but 82 games played, 72 points for Matthew Schaefer. Really solid season, but the Tampa Bay Lightning actually missed out on the playoffs, 39-31-12 record, 17th in the league, missed out. Calgary Flames are going to take home the Stanley Cup over the Washington Capitals. But yeah, Matthew Schaefer now at the age of 32, still a 94. He's probably going to show some regression last year, as by the way, the game crashed, so I think it was the Capitals winning the Stanley Cup. It got changed to the Los Angeles Kings, so don't be mad at me for that, okay? This year, Matthew Schaefer would play 82 games, 72 points, still doing good, I mean, but this time the Tampa Bay Lightning 48-26-8 record would make the playoffs this time. 8th in the league. They have the Maple Leafs in the first round, so hopefully they win. I was going to say they're going to win this one, but I guess the first round curse is not a thing anymore, as we're going to beat them, or no, we're going to lose to them in 7 games. 7 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, but the Edmonton Oilers are going to end up taking home the Stanley Cup over the Detroit Red Wings this year as the age of 33. Matthew Schaefer is now down to 93 overall with 2 years left on his contract as well. As in his regression year, Matthew Schaefer, 82 games played, 62 points, only 4 goals. Finally, almost to 200 career goals, but 39-39-4. The Lightning missed the playoffs, 18th in the league this year. As in the Stanley Cup, it's going to be the Utah Mammoth taking down the Florida Panthers. Also, if you want to go back to this championship style, where I show the championship after every year, let me know, because I don't know if I want to show it or not. But the Vancouver Canucks are going to pick up Matthew Schaefer, as he only got traded for a 2043 second-round pick. That's kind of disrespectful. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Matthew Schaefer is now in the Vancouver Canucks now in year number 15, I'm pretty sure, is what it is. But 82 games played, 75 points. Does better than his last 3 years, surprisingly, as he's, a 92 now, I'm pretty sure. But 59, 14-9 record for the Canucks, first in the league. They have the Calgary Flames in the first round. We are now in the West now. We are not in the East. I don't know what I'm talking about, but we're going to beat the Flames in the first round of the playoffs. As now we have the Oilers. Didn't these guys... Yeah, I was about to say we're probably going to lose because these guys just made a Stanley Cup, like, what, a few years ago? 12 games played for Matthew Schaefer, though, 11 points in his Vancouver Canucks debut, as he's going to sign a 3-year deal worth the Vancouver Canucks. Oh my gosh, what I'm talking about. He's going to sign a 3-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks. I think it was a $10 million contract. As in his first contract year with the Vancouver Canucks, 69 games played, 43 points, finally broke into that 2,000 or 200 goal mark, which he did that last year. But 62, 18-2 record for the Canucks, first in the league, which I mean, obviously 62 wins. But Anaheim Ducks in the first round, we're going to beat them in 7. That was a come from behind victory. What am I on about? Wasn't really a come from behind victory now that I think of it. Why do I keep on saying victory? Victory. We're going to lose to the Edmonton Oilers in the second round, though, as they're going to win the Stanley Cup against Ottawa this year, though. But anyway, no awards for Matthew Schaefer, though. But at the age of 36 now, 2 years left on his contract, Matthew Schaefer is now down to an 86 overall now, 49th ranked defenseman. He's probably not even going to be like a top, 90 defenseman next year? But yeah, anyway, let's get into year number 16 now. No, this would be year number 18. I got it right there. 82 games played, 43 points for Matthew Schaefer as well, 5 goals. Almost had that 230. It doesn't matter. But 13,000 points almost for Matthew Schaefer too. But 62, 15-5 record for the Vancouver Canucks. We're going to beat the Jets in the first round of the playoffs. Now, oh my gosh, my air just got caught in my throat for some reason. But we're going to beat the Vegas Golden Knights in the second round. Sorry for that. You didn't need to know that, but Utah, we're going to beat them in the second round. We now have the New York Rangers in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. In the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. What am I thinking? We have the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup final, as we're going to lose to them in 7 games. I thought we had it, but apparently we didn't. Anyway, here, no awards for any Canucks either, as we have to see if Matthew Schaefer retired, as he did not retire. But anyway, now he's now down to an 82 overall in his last year. Probably going to be his last year in the NHL. I mean, he's an 82 at the age of 37. He's going to be the age of 38 at the end of the season. So, yeah, let's get into what could possibly be his last year, as he would play 66 games played, 1 point only, and he only scored 13 points, 12 assists, 48, 25-9 record for the Vancouver Canucks, 9th in the league. The Vegas Golden Knights, we're going to take them down in the first round in 5 games. They thought they could beat us in that overtime loss. They thought they could beat us in the entire series, as we're going to beat the Oilers in the second round as well. We now have the Nashville Predators in the conference finals, as we're going to lose. And now we have to see who wins the Stanley Cup, as the Nashville Predators take it over the New Jersey Devils in 6 games. That is not English, but no awards for Matthew Schaefer, as we have to see now. Is he going to retire at the age of 38, or is it 37? No, it is 38. As he's going to retire with the Vancouver Canucks. Most known, played for the New York Islanders. As, yeah, here's a look at all his career stats if you want to pause and read it. I made little things on Canva if you want to see them, which, I mean, they're already gone at this point. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, all that, blah, blah, blah. Like and subscribe. Subscribe if you want to see more Sims. If you want to, maybe I'll start doing some franchise videos. I mean, I definitely am on HLM. I don't know about college football or Madden 26, but yeah, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, goodbye.